Will Smith did an interview with GQ magazine talking about his open marriage, his open relationship with his wife, Jada. I'm speaking about this from a Christian perspective because I've gotten a lot of emails from a lot of our followers asking questions about what do I think about it, what my wife and we think about this. I want to dive in a little bit from a biblical perspective. I want to give my viewpoints not from my personal opinion, but from what I believe relating to the Word of God. The other reason why I'm talking about it is because so many people have considered this couple to be their relationship goals, Well, maybe some of you guys might be changing your mind after all the things been happening in the media relating to this couple. They are considered, or they are called, power couple in Hollywood. I used to use that phrase, power couple, but I don't use that phrase anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. I want my marriage to look like God. I don't want my marriage to look like another flawed human being. The truth is, you don't know what is happening behind closed doors in people's marriage, in people's relationship, right? No marriage is more important than yours. No relationship is more important than your relationship. And the truth is, all marriages are not created equal because people come from different background, different social, economic background, and different culture. All of those things play a role in how we view relationships and marriage, right? With that being said, one of the things that stood out to me in this interview with Will Smith in GQ magazine is Will Smith said this: Jada never believed in conventional marriage. Jada had family members that had unconventional relationship. So she grew up in a way that was very different than how I grew up. Wow. This is key to what I am going to talk about in this video. This is key to understand what is going on in Will Smith's love life. Will Smith said that Jada never believed in conventional marriage. I want you to pay attention to this. This is important. He said that his wife never believed in conventional marriage. When the Bible speaks about unequally yoked, this is what the Bible is talking about. In 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14, it says, "Don't team up with those who are unbelievers. How can a righteous be a partner with wickedness?" Amos chapter 3 and verse 3, it tells us that, "Can two walk together unless they agreed?" See, Will Smith, I'm sorry to tell you, but this is why you are in this situation. Will said his wife grew up differently than how he grew up. See, you cannot marry someone who does not share your moral values and your principles. He knew she did not believe in the biblical principles of marriage, the traditional way of marriage. And for those of you that are single, I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. When someone show you who they are, you need to believe them. When somebody tell you who they are, you need to believe them. Here you have a man who married a woman who didn't believe in his godly principles of marriage. Now, when you read the article in GQ magazine, it clearly states that he was brought up into a Christian family. That's what he said. These are not my words. These are Will Smith words. If you marry someone that does not share your values, your moral values, then it's clear to say that their marriage was not honorable from day one. Maybe Will Smith thought that he could change her after marriage. Your job is not to change her. Her job is not to change you. Your job is to love each other. But instead of you changing her to adapt to your traditional values of marriage, she ended up changing you. You try to convince her that it would work. And that's the problem. Your job is not to convince a man that you're the one. Your job is not to convince a man or a woman that your relationship with them can work. Your job is to find someone that is aligned with your values, your principles, your Christian belief. What Will Smith should have done was marry someone who believed that it would work, who believed in traditional marriage, who believed in your values. Here is a man who had to adjust his moral values just to please a woman who was not satisfied with being with only her husband. He knew this and still married her. The article didn't say that it was while they were in marriage that he found this out. How many of you have dated men that cheated on you while you were dating them? How many of you have dated women that cheated on you while you were dating them? And then you end up marrying them. How do you expect them to stay faithful when you endorse their cheating by marrying them? Marrying a person is basically saying that I am going to accept you for who you are. We're not talking about down the road in the relationship that you found out that they have an affair. We're talking about you dating someone and they're cutting up and they're cheating on you, they're disrespecting you. You ended up marrying them expecting that they're going to just automatically change and become a better person. It never works like that. Marriage is going to expose people for who they really are. Marriage is going to show you up. It's going to either make you better or it's going to expose you for who you're not. Will endorse Jada's lifestyle when he married her knowing what he knew about her. A person that is convinced against their will, they are of the same opinion still. People don't change just because you expect them to. You have to want to change. You have to want to do better. Now he's practicing an open marriage lifestyle, not because it was a part of his culture, a part of his value, a part of how he was raised, a part of what he see around his circle. He's now practicing that because he married a woman who believes in that. See, it matters who you marry. Not every woman is suitable for you. Not every man is suitable for you. In Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18, the Lord God said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." The word suitable means right or appropriate for a person. When God said Eve was meet or suitable for Adam, helpmeet or helpmate as we would often say, it meant she could fit or adapt to him. She was equal with him. She was not lesser than him. She was equal with him. But they were equal and they had visions and goals that align with their values. In most marriages today, both parties spent years trying to change the other into a clone of themselves or to fit into the image that they have in their mind of what a husband or what their wives are supposed to be. See, a lot of pitfalls can come with having an open marriage. When a partner allows another person to stray, it can create jealousy or ruin the ties that bind a couple together. See, marriage is about oneness. When we say I do to our spouse, we say I don't to everyone else. When we say I will to our spouse, we say I won't to everyone else. When we say yes to our spouse, we say no to everyone else. That's the difference between a covenant marriage and an open relationship. Will Smith also said that marriage for us can't be prison. Well, marriage is not a prison. Marriage is about oneness. Marriage is about sacrifice. Marriage is about giving. Marriage is about serving. Marriage is about adding value to one's life. Marriage is about helping you to become the best version of yourself. That's what marriage is. The true essence of marriage is to honor God first in your marriage and then your spouse. True love is not about serving your spouse when they make you happy. It's about serving them sacrificially even when they don't make you happy. See, the real source of love does not come from a spouse. It comes from God. God is the giver of love. It is through him that we can love our spouse unconditionally. Will Smith said that he has to find love in himself, and his wife must find her own love and happiness. See, the problem with that statement is this: we are limited to all these resources. Love and happiness, love and joy. We have to tap into the one who has an unlimited source of love, and that is God. The Bible says, "He that loveth not knoweth not God," because God is love. God is the source of love. Everything that God does, it flows from a place of love. The true essence of love is not what you get. It is what you give. If you want more love, you have to tap into the one who created it. See, there is an emptiness inside of Will and Jada that cannot be filled with different sexual partners. It doesn't matter how much they seek, whether it's twosome, it's threesome. It doesn't matter what kind of sum they have. It doesn't matter what they bring into or who they bring into their marital bed. At the end of the day, there is an emptiness inside of them that only God can fill. Two very wealthy people cannot find true happiness within themselves because they're looking on the outside for what they need to look on the inside. And you can only look from that from a spiritual perspective. You can find that in money. You can find it in anything else. If that was the case, they wouldn't be in this situation right now. And that's because we are a part of a society that looked to the wrong source for fulfillment. Now, my wife and I, we've been married for 27 years. And I'm not sitting here telling you that we have it all figured out from day one. We had to learn that our joy and our happiness does not come from a flawed human being. The Bible said that the joy of the Lord is our strength. In His presence, there is fullness of joy. And so when you stay in the presence of God, and when you and your spouse work together to build a wonderful marriage, then that which you are looking for another person, another human being to fill, you will get that from the true source of your happiness. We decided to focus on the one who created us. He's the only one that can complete us. We decided to love and enjoy each other in our marriage. Of course, it was not easy because we didn't know about these things. We had to learn as we grow. There is no false hope or unrealistic expectation that is placed on my wife to make me happy. And she does not place that burden or responsibility on me. We realize that marriage is much bigger and it's more important than the two of us in it. And oftentimes when we see people move from one partner to another, from one spouse to another, it is because they are lacking the true essence of love. They are lacking God. Their life is not rooted in the biblical foundation of what love is, and that is to know God. And when you know God, when you understand who you are, when you know where you're going, when you understand how you're going to get there, when you make God the center of your life, then all those different things that you consider to be, a void in your life, all the things that you think you need, all the extra marital affairs and all those different things, it doesn't make you happy. Here it is that Will is 52 years old, I believe, and he has to now reinvent himself. And the reason why he had to reinvent himself is because he's in a marriage that he doesn't believe in. He's in a marriage with a woman that turned him into a man that now seek fulfillment and happiness from other women. And he knew this from day one. This video is to help you to understand that you cannot ask from another flawed human being what you can only get from God and within yourself. Now, do I need my wife? Yes, I do. Does she add to my happiness? Yes, she adds to my happiness. But my source of happiness doesn't come from her. And until you understand that, you're going to be unhappy in your marriage. You're going to be unhappy in your relationships. And it doesn't matter what kind of love you think you have. Eventually, you are going to realize that it's going to take more than just romantic love and intimacy to make a marriage strong. You have to have good foundation to build on. And that foundation starts with your Christian faith and your belief in God. Guys, that's what I want to share with you in this video. I hope and trust that you were blessed by it. Listen, please, I would like to hear from you. What do you think about this open relationship, this open marriage with Will and Jada? Please leave a comment in the comment section. Please like and share this video. May God bless you until the next one.